Having been a pastor for almost 30 years, I know firsthand that spiritual growth is an issue in almost every church, in every denomination across the entire globe. The latest Australian census figures concur. In 1971, 86% of the population identified with Christianity. By 2021, it had crashed to 44%. Over that period, the number of people who identify with no religion had skyrocketed from 7% to a whopping 39%. The stats also show that we are less committed than ever before. We're attending church less frequently and we're tithing less scrupulously. Ouch. Spiritual growth is an issue, isn't it? It usually happens through some form of mentoring. The wise sage on the stage preaches a sermon, or a wise mature guru guides a young Padawan in the faith through imparting skills and or information to him or her. But spiritual growth is so subjective that it's hard to define. There's minimal consensus in the literature. Every Christian tradition has its own definition and pathway to spiritual growth. There are two broad camps, those who impose a psychological model on the Bible and those who find a model within the Bible. Both have serious complexities. There is no one size fits all in the Bible. My research contention is that instead of telling disciples what they need for spiritual growth, let's ask them. Let's empower them to steward their own spiritual growth. My qualitative action-based research will utilize the latest adult learning techniques to answer this question. To what degree can a mentoring model with a mentee-driven format enhance spiritual growth? The research will touch on the definition of spiritual growth. It's your definition in your context, not given from above. It'll touch on self-reflection. It'll touch on self-stewarding, and it'll touch on the role of the mentor as not a teacher, but as a guide who asks strategic questions. I'm anticipating great results simply because the participants are not being dictated to their self-stewarding. Their motivation level should be much higher because they'll be striving in areas they perceive as relevant and necessary for their life. They'll be more passionate because they are owning their own spiritual growth. And most of all, they'll be listening to the Holy Spirit as He leads and guides them into all truth. My dream is simple: to give churches, to give Bible colleges and Christian leaders a complementary tool that allows each and every Christian to grow and thrive in their own context as they follow God's calling and God's commission for their own lives. Thank you.